Okay, we looked at problem 44 in the first example. Now we're going to look at 46. And I'm going to solve this one slightly differently. Last time, remember, we converted everything into sine and cosine before we started dealing with it. You don't have to do that. Because I have secant plus 1 in the denominator, I'm going to need to multiply that by the conjugate. So it's going to be 5 times secant minus 1 over secant squared minus 1. And what I did was I multiplied the numerator and denominator by secant minus 1 and then combined them. So secant squared minus 1, let's go back to sine squared plus cosine squared equals 1. Now we need to make the sine or the cosine, we need to get a secant in here. So what do we do to this equation to get a secant? Well, what we will do is divide everything by cosine. So if we divide everything by cosine squared, cosine squared, cosine squared, we get sine divided by cosine would be tangent squared plus 1 is equal to secant squared. So tangent squared would equal secant squared minus 1. We have secant squared minus 1, so now we have 5 secant minus 1 over tangent squared. But we can't leave the answers in fraction form, so we need to get rid of the denominator. So if tangent squared is in the denominator, cotangent is equal to 1 over tangent, so 5 cotangent squared times secant minus 1 is the answer that we're looking for this particular example. So I'm going to go ahead and box in that answer. This one happened to be easier if you just left it in secant and tangent, and that's just something that you're going to have to get used to figuring out whether you want to leave it in terms of the reciprocal trig functions or want to go to sine and cosine.